need you. And I do anything, don't think I won't. It gives me so much joy to wake up in the morning and find you by my side.
By my side.
Gonna do all that's in my power, keeping you happy by the hour, happy and satisfied.
Now then, Vinyl Monkey here again. It's I think it's more than a month actually since I made a video, and it has been commented on by one or two people. So thanks for your concern. I'm still here. I'll turn that down. I'll turn it off actually, yeah. But yeah, so welcome, yeah. And I've been thinking, one or two people have asked me, well, you haven't seen a video for a while, Mally, what's the, you know, why not? And I don't know, I was thinking, have I just run out of steam? Have I sort of forgotten what the point of all this was, or what? And so I've been having a little bit of think about it, and I was going to share those thoughts, why I don't know. And then I was going to more interestingly run through some recent acquisitions. I've had some new albums, so I'm just dead quickly run through them, and I think I'm going to try and get this channel back on track. But yeah, so it got me thinking, why wasn't I doing YouTube? It got me thinking about YouTube, and I looked up some facts and figures. I've written them down here, and apparently 1% of the world's population, roughly, or just under 1%, are actually making videos, so-called creators, people like me, rank amateurs, to people who make a very, very significant living and very professional and millions of followers and all sorts. But 1%, it seems a massive amount actually. But even more surprising, stroke worrying, whatever, apparently 87% of the adult population of the UK watch YouTube. So I don't know what the adult population is. The old population is 67 million, and so it must be, I don't know, it must be 50 million or so. So 87% of them regularly watch YouTube. And it was for an average of just under an hour a day, which just seems phenomenal really. So that's 87% watching YouTube, 1% making YouTube videos. Presumably the other 12% are doing something useful with their lives. But anyway, I guess if you're watching this, you're one of the 87%, so I'm not having a pop or anything, far from it. And apparently the number of videos that's on YouTube is expanding at a faster rate than the human population, which again I think is probably remarkable. And with the number of videos that's on YouTube today, not counting this one, people have estimated it would take over 100,000 years of watching continuously to watch every video that's posted up on YouTube. 100,000 years, over 100,000 years to play them all. So what is it all for? And maybe I'd got sort of bound up in some of that, thinking, what is the point of this, you know? And I don't know, but most of you will know me or heard me rambling on this channel before. I always come back to there is no point. It is simply a nice distraction for me, a focus to some of me listening to the records. I share it in a hopefully harmless way, and maybe one or two people get pointed in the direction of some music they might be interested in, and that's all it is. It's naughting us summit. So I think don't get hung up on that. But those big numbers for YouTube, you know, I don't know. I mean, is it you know, do we take those as a sort of and celebrate them as a sort of wonderful example of the democratic expansion of the arts throughout the world to us ordinary folk, or do we take it as some sort of another confirmation of the desperate state of the human condition as we, you know, as we wind our way down to eternal extinction. I don't know. Anyway, it might have been a bit of that, but I'd run out of steam. I'd run out of things to say. But I think I have clicked on the reason actually why, and I think, I mean, I'm not one who ordinarily suffers too much from sort of lack of confidence. I tend to not give too much of a shit about, you know, worrying about showing myself up or anything. As you've seen on these videos, I don't mind making a twat of myself. It's it comes easily enough. But what I did recognise is a sort of classic imposter syndrome, I think. You know, I am clearly not an expert when it comes to music. I've always liked music. I've always been into music since I was, I don't know, certainly since I was 11 years old, 10, 11, 12 years old. I've always collected music since that sort of age. I do enjoy the vinyl record format. You can see I've got, I don't know, well way over 1,000 of those behind me. But I'm no expert, and there are experts out there on YouTube. And I thought, well, bloody hell, YouTube, you know, there's millions and tens, hundreds of millions of videos. Why don't we clear the way for the real experts to get through? Because, you know, presumably many people can't see the wood for the trees. But, and then it got me thinking, well, am I an expert in anything else? And I came up with at least about 10 areas where I know a lot more than I do about music, and I thought, you know, I could and maybe should be talking about them. You know, I mean, I'm interested in photography. Use me lovely old Pentax K1000 film camera, lovely solid old thing which I still use. I'm interested in art. I've pulled out a few things here. I was at a Tracy Emin exhibition just the week before last. Fantastic British artist. I think the best to come out of that crew that emerged in the mid-90s, a lot of which have tarnished their reputation now, but I think she builds on her reputation. Film, I mean, I've got a huge collection of films. I've watched films, particularly foreign language films. I think the next one on my list is this Solaris by the great Russian film director Andrei Tarkovsky. But yeah, I know more about film than music, I suppose. Marine biology is one of my real passion. I suppose absolutely fascinated by anything underwater, particularly under the sea. Sport, following me local football and rugby teams. Hartlepool United, that is. If anybody knows any desperate managers out there out of a job, we've just sacked ours again for the umpteenth time in the last few years. So yeah, please send them our way. Literature, you'll have noticed that the Nobel Prize for Literature was given out this week to Han Kang, the South Korean author, so I'll just pick that one up when I'm not going through my third lap of Ulysses, that is. Politics, I've always been into politics. I'm involved, I like sort of direct action politics as well. I'm a member of the Cuba Solidarity campaign, marching for justice in Palestine, etc, etc. Walking in the countryside in the Yorkshire Dales, often down there. Philosophy, particularly the French mid-20th century philosophers, Albert Camus et al. Yeah, all sorts really. Food, drink, beer, whiskey. I could talk about loads and loads of things much more knowledgeably than I can about music. So what the bloody hell am I doing here? But the thing which probably I'm not expert in any of them. I mean, I think what I am is what's called a multi-potentialite, which is, yeah, a wide range of interests, but not expert in any. If I was expert in all of them, I'd be a polymath. I always admire these true polymaths, but I'm not. I'm a multi-potentialite, so jack of all trades, expert in none. But if there's one I might be getting close to expert in, which I should be making YouTube videos about, because many people do them brilliantly, it's fishing. I mean, this is my old Abu Ambassador 1970s edition of a 6000C, absolutely gorgeous reel, still in good working order. This was when they were still made in Sweden. But yeah, fishing, I was out on the beach this morning, caught some nice bass up here in Hartlepool. That is a subject, but I just have not got the technical ability to make those fishing videos. I can sit here in my living room, turn that camera on just about and get it to turn off, but I just cannot make films. I used to be able to. I got somebody to teach me, and then Apple or whoever runs these naff computers update them, change them, and it just means anyone who doesn't come instinctively like me, I'm totally lost again. So I've just given up totally on any attempt to do that. And so I'm stuck with things I can sit in this armchair and ramble about, and that's why, in all honesty, I picked records, because it's easy. I can just sit here on my backside and ramble, and it involves no technical effort, hardly any whatsoever. So, recent acquisitions. That on the win was Leroy Hudson from his lovely, sort of smooth, sophisticated mid-70s album, self-titled. I picked up a Billy Bragg Levi Stubbs Tears. I don't collect 12-inch singles or 7-inch singles for that matter, but I've made an exception for Billy Bragg, especially because he's got the great Levi Stubbs in the title, and it is a good song. And if I had more time, I'd share my anecdote for anyone who missed it last time of when I played guitar in support of Billy Bragg, but we'll leave that for another time. Perubu's Terminal Tower, which is a sort of collection of singles and archive stuff. T for the Tillerman. I mean, I used to have this on vinyl, and I've got his other early albums on vinyl, but I've only got this one. I only had this one on CD, but this was in a bargain bin for £3, so it's gorgeous. This is possibly Cat Stevens' strongest album, in my opinion. My partner's father passed away a couple of years ago, and of all his record collection, the only one I had an interest in was this one, Bobby Thompson, The Little Waster. For anyone who doesn't know him, Bobby Thompson, a brilliant comedian from the Durham coalfields here just north of where I live in Hartlepool, and yeah, superb stand-up comedy album. An ELO box set, which is their 3 albums, New World Record, Out of the Blue and Discovery, really. So I only had Out of the Blue, and that again was in that was cheap in a charity shop, so that's lovely. Always, I can never get enough of Jeff Lynne. Love Jeff Lynne, absolutely great. John Cale, just to help me complete the collection. This is John Cale's sort of pop album, Caribbean Sunset, awful photo, but not a bad album. Robin Trower, my good friend Brian, if you're watching this now then Brian, went to see Robin Trower not so long back and was waxing lyrical about him, and I thought, hey, you know, after he left Procolarum, I can get any of his stuff, so this is For Earth Below, and it's a really nice blues album, very nice. The great Roberta Flack with Donny Hathaway, superb, just, both of them, Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Brilliant. The East Side Torpedoes, Newcastle-based band, half of them from Darlington. Used to watch them in the pubs and clubs in Newcastle and around Tyneside in the early 80s. This is Coast to Coast. And they're still going, I think, under a different sort of name. There's something, Spitfires. The OJ's Peace, superb. And then, this is thanks to Craig Danger, who put me onto a soul singer called Willie Hutch, who had sort of vaguely heard of, but never ever come across. And so I was down in London the other week, and I travelled across to Putney and went into, I think it's called Soul Brothers, and picked up a few Willie Hutch albums. This one's great, Concert in Blues. This one's superb as well, Soul Portrait, an early one, or possibly the debut one. This one, slightly disappointing. This is getting Willie Hutch to sing sort of mainstream sort of pop ballads like Wichita Lineman and things like that. But great voice, but yeah, a bit not as strong as the others. But yeah, thanks Craig, superb Willie Hutch. And then Gil Scott-Heron with Brian Jackson, Winter in America, absolutely stunning. And then we're going to go out with the best album I've had lately is When You Again, which is a reimagining of oh god, Gil Scott-Heron's last album before he died. This is the second reimagining, so it's the third version. It's been reproduced by Makaya McCraven, an American jazz musician, and he's paid homage to this album absolutely beautifully. It's stunning. I can't get this off the turntable, but I'm going to play the absolutely fantastic track, I'll Take Care of You, because I think that's all we can do, isn't it? Take care of each other. So take care out there. If I can get this going, I better turn that, yeah, hang on, let me see if I can work it. Here we go, yeah, this is I'll Take Care of You, Gil Scott-Heron, reimagined by Makaya McCraven.
I know you've been hurt by someone else. I can tell by the way you carry yourself. But if you let me, here's what I'll do. I'll take care of you. I'll take
Gil
care
Scott-Heron.
of you.
See you next time. Ta-da.